Happy snow day, everyone! My name is Marin and I want to welcome you to Thankful Thriftiness. Today turned out to be the perfect time to film this video. We're pretty much snowed in. I think this is the biggest snowstorm yet this season, possibly the biggest one we'll have this winter. I had to drive from my parents' house back to my home yesterday, which is normally about a 40-minute drive. It took me at least an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes. The roads were completely covered in snow. It's just a mess. It looks so pretty, but I prefer to stay indoors on days like today. So I thought it'd be the perfect time to film a video on what to do when you're bored. I think it's no secret that our culture really looks down on boredom, hence why we fill our days with entertainment, social media, stimulation, and many other things. I have been trying to learn over the past several years to view boredom as a gift because it produces creativity. Granted, I don't have a lot of it in my life, but when it does come, I actually get kind of excited because it gives me a chance to catch up on things I otherwise wouldn't take the time to do. And if I really have time, there are so many amazing projects, ideas, and just overall creativity that can come through not knowing what to do. There is a time for work, there is a time for rest. And when you are bored, it doesn't mean that you should just do nothing. Sometimes it does, but not always, depending upon how much of it you have in your life. So today I'm going to share with you 5 ideas of what to do when you're bored. Of course, my first suggestion to beat boredom is to get things done that are on your list that have been on the back burner. Whether that be something you need to do in your house, work-wise, a project you've been trying to finish, I suggest doing that first. Also involved in that, if you haven't spent much time in the Word, if you haven't spent much time praying, I suggest you start there. If you've already moved through that list, then I suggest that you do these 5 things the next time you're bored. The first boredom buster I have for you is cleaning out your purse. Obviously, this only applies to girls, and I would say that most girls probably need to clean out their purses on a regular basis. Mine becomes like a major catch-all with a ton of things in there that I probably don't actually need to have on hand all the time. So I suggest that you dump out your purse, sort through everything in it, and only keep in there what you absolutely need while you're out and about. That way, when you go to reach for it, you're not rifling through a ton of other useless junk. My next suggestion is cleaning out your computer. When's the last time you sorted through files, got rid of old emails, and even wiped down your computer? I personally use my computer a lot, so I don't take the time to do this task often, which I honestly should so I don't jam up my hard drive. But I would recommend that you just take a few minutes, sit down, go through what you do and don't need, and then your computer will actually operate better when you go to use it. Number 3 is writing thank you letters. Sending gratitude notes is a lost art that I think needs to be revived. Most of us have at least a few of these letters we should write. If you can't think of any, I suggest you take a seat, get a notebook, and write down some things you are thankful for. When you realize that people are attached to those things you're grateful for, write them a letter saying thank you. Imagine if you did something for someone or gave them a gift. Instead of receiving a text, if you went out to the mailbox and found a lovely little note saying thank you and that they were thinking of you. I think most of us would feel pretty blessed by that, so let's try to do that for others. The next one might seem a little mundane and redundant, but sitting down, planning, and prioritizing. Often when our lives are busy, we don't take the time to do this because, well, we're too busy actually getting those tasks done. So if you're given time like this, now would be an awesome opportunity for you to plan out what to do when you're actually busy so you don't lose track and lose sight of what's important. If you're new at using a planner or you want some more tips on how to prioritize, I've linked a video down below for you. Last but not least, rolling change. Let me ask you something. Is there some change sitting in your car? Do you have a jug in your house where you maybe keep spare change? Well, I suggest now is the time to roll your coins. This is a super satisfying task, and you might be surprised at how much money you actually have in the end. Now you could take it to one of the machines that does the counting for you, or you could do it yourself and keep all of the money. Generally, those machines take a percentage, so why not, while you're already watching TV, roll your change and then take it to the bank later, and you'll be able to keep all of it. I found this task super satisfying and it helped me stay productive while I was watching something. What are your ideas to do when you're bored? Let me know in the comments below. Who knows, there might be a task that I should be getting done and I just haven't even thought of it, and I greatly appreciate your input. Please just remember that boredom is not something to be dreaded. There's always more money to be made, there's always more projects to be made. Time is something you can't make, and God has blessed us with only a certain amount of it. So use it wisely. If you need to rest, take a time of rest. If there's something you could get done, if there's something creative you need to try, take the time to do it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Please stay cozy and warm, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye!